I like to approach music as the implied question of a song or of a poem, and that question is, hey, do you feel like this too? And if the answer of the listener is yes, then you succeeded, and that's how I've approached my music, or at least within my genre. I think I err on the side of melancholy. I've always had this melancholy side. That's not to say that I'm like inherently sad. When I sit down to communicate and to open up and write, it just ends up coming out on the more melancholy side. And I've never really like unpacked that as to why. It just happens. I remember one time I was actually going through like a decent chapter in my life. There wasn't any trauma or heartache going on, and I was writing a record. And then the label came back and were like, we need a few like quote unquote Greg Laswell piano ballads on this record. Like those are missing. And my manager was like, just allow yourself to go to a place and pretend like you're sad, and kind of put on and so I was able to do that way more easily than I would have been able to go the other way. And I let other artists be political and let other artists write dance songs and let other artists write happy songs because I've tried it and I'm not good at it. I think at this point, if I made a happy song, Greg Laswell fans would be like, what's going on? Are you okay? One of the most common questions that I'll get in interviews is, what would you tell someone just starting out in music? And one of my answers is always, if you have a plan B, then go ahead and skip to it. Because that means you're not serious enough about plan A. If you have a safety net, and you got to be able to get back up over and over and over again, and you have to be willing to fail at this rather than succeed at something else. It was hard at the very beginning. I feel to get through those times, you just have to get up. You just have to get back up.
I do love it when we sit this close to one another, because sometimes you don't get to do that. And you just reminded me of, this is my favorite story to tell. I was in Tucson, and this is years ago now. And the stage was like closer, the edge of the stage is here, so that it was like, anyway, this girl was there by herself, and her head, and my keyboard was where this is, and her head was like right there. And she was by herself, and after my first song, I ended it. And then just for me, it wasn't for the whole audience to hear. It was just at the right volume, intended for just me. She goes, "That was good, Greg." And I was like, and she was my life coach. Like that whole night, after every song, I would, and another song, she'd be like, "I was hoping you'd play that one tonight, Greg." And we like built this kind of like rapport with one another. And then we played one of the more famous songs, which we'll play tonight, and it finished, and nothing. For like 2 or 3 or 4, maybe it felt like a very long time. But at that point in the show, I was counting on it. I was building up my self-esteem incredibly, and then she finally, and then I knew why she took her time, because she said, "Fuck yeah." And I think of her often. I really do. I think of her almost every night when I perform. I got weird really quick. But I hope she's doing well. I wish I could see her again. She was there alone. I think maybe she was going through a breakup. I don't know what else you would do unless you're going through a breakup to go to a Greg Glasswell show. Or she's very independent and she's like, "Look, I don't want to go with anybody. I just want to." I'm gonna play a song. So if you could take over that role for me tonight. This one's called Royal Empress.
We all rambled on while the Royal Empress spread her arms out, resting noisily the sun. We all thought everyone was gonna make it out. think about, 'cause you played your heart out. And take your time with working the rest out. And try and stay out of your head. I have seen you invent the damnedest things there.
Today on the Sunday Bunch. Hello, Greg.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. It's good to see you again.
Thank you.
We
Good to see you too.
We chuckled about your signature on the wall about having been here, kind of been here at 9 a.m. one time before, but
Yeah.
it's a little later in the morning today. And well, I'm fortunate to have you here, and you've been fortunate enough in your career to have your music in all sorts of places: TV shows, movies, radio play, long tours, life's highs and lows, and a lot of those come out in the songs that you write. But you aren't just a performer, you're also, like me, a fan of music. On your second covers release, you recreate songs by Depeche Mode, like we just heard, Psychedelic Furs, which we're going to hear next, Catherine Wheel, The Verve, PJ Harvey, and more. Now, I have to ask, is it harder to reimagine songs, or is it harder to write songs?
Covering a song is it's a little bit more relaxing actually.
Really?
It's like an adult coloring book. Like the art is already there, and you're just kind of coloring it in yourself in a different way. So it's kind of relaxing. It's I enjoy it more. I wish I could make a career out of it.
Probably good.
Yeah, because it's emotionally it's not as taxing. But yeah, to answer your question, it's a lot easier.
Okay.
Yeah, and enjoyable. And I'm also a huge fan of, like, if you're going to cover something, you got to really make it your own.
Yeah, own it, for sure.
And that's one of the best compliments that I got from this album was, I forget who said it, but these sound like Greg Laswell songs.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Nicely done. You have a wide variety of tastes like myself, so how do you narrow it down to 7 or 8 songs, or do you decide?
So my manager and I, Nicole, we come up with this long list of possibilities, and then I start, eliminating them. And then we ended up with the last 8. Sometimes, most of the time, it's just lyric based. I'll even if I know the song really well, like Depeche Mode, for instance, or the Peter Gabriel song.
Oh, love that one.
I mean, I've listened to, I've heard those songs hundreds and hundreds of times. Even so, I take all the possibilities and then just only read the lyrics, and then like, oh, I wish I wrote that.
Yeah, if you connect with it.
Yeah, and then from there, it's just a matter of can I do it well.
This covers EP. Does it allow you time to write the next record? Is that kind of the stopgap for you to fill time, or is this
Yeah.
a planned thing? Because it's 10 years since the last one. Maybe it's every 10 years.
That's funny because we didn't plan that. So yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't want to wait 10 years to do the next one.
Okay. Well, are you writing?
I am, yeah.
And what are you writing about? Or can I ask?
Gosh, I'm writing about. So I lost my father a little over a year ago, so that's still creeping up into my work. Wow, it's the first time I was able to say that without crying. So yeah.
Hug across the table.
Yeah. So that, and then I'm writing about. Gosh, I guess that's it. I have 3 done, and they're all about that.
Well, I'm sure they're personal and they're beautiful, and I look forward to hearing them. And thanks for joining me and letting me play some songs from covers too.
Absolutely, man. Thank you.
Here's another one. This is your Psychedelic Furs cover. It's Love My Way on the Sunday Brunch.
Cool.
There's an army on the dance floor, fashioned with a gun, my love, in a room without a door. A kiss is not enough in love my way to New Road. I follow where my mind goes.
Thanks, everybody. We're going.
My father actually, he flew out by himself, but I got to spend 5 or 6 days with him alone, and I'm so fucking thankful that I did that, because it was the last memory that I have of him as he was kind of still there. And I planted a tree with him during that week, and last time I was on tour here in June, I drove by the house that I used to own and saw that tree, and that tree is growing, and it's so fucking cool. Anyway, this one is very polarizing. It's a cover song of a very otherwise upbeat, happy 80s pop song. But then I heard it like so many times, like throughout my life, and then I was at a stoplight, and then it came on the radio, and I listened to the lyrics for the first time. You know how you do that sometimes. You hear a song over and over and over again, and then one day you actually listen to the lyrics, and I listened to the lyrics of this one, and I'm like, hey, wait a second. This is a sad song, and no one knows it. And this is back, like, I don't know, 14 years ago, 15. Anyway, so I did this, and I hope you like it more than people that don't. I came home in the middle of the night. My father says, when you gonna live your life right? Well, Daddy dear, you're still number one. Oh, and girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls, the phone rings in the middle of the night. My mother says, when you gonna live your life right? Well, mother dear, we're not the fortunate ones. Oh, and girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, and girls, that's all they really want. Those girls, they wanna have fun. Well, some boys take a beautiful girl, only hide her away from the rest of the world. Well, not like me, I wanna be the one in the sun. Oh, girls, they wanna have fun. Oh, girls, that's all they really want. Those girls, they wanna have fun.
So tonight we have a couple. What are their names?
Alicia,
Alicia.
and I don't know her partner's name.
Oh, okay. And Alicia's gonna propose on stage. This is This is my first proposal, though. I've gotten a lot of birthdays and a lot of anniversaries. Makes me a little nervous. Like I want to do it well.
You want to come up on stage? And what's your name?
Martina.
Martina, nice to meet you. Well, Alicia has something very important to ask you.
Just like that, it's over. Everything that I knew of love, I was a long, long way off. And I think I like how the day sounds, like how the day sounds through this new song.
There's just a huge connection between, the way he composes the songs and performs the songs to, what you're going through in your life and how you feel inside.
There's very few musicians nowadays that are this raw and this real, and it's very nice to see that still exists.
Join me in welcoming the sun. It's much brighter than the night I hid in. I was a long, long way off. And I think I like how the day sounds, like how the day sounds through this new song. And I think I like how the day sounds, like how the day sounds through this new song. From a long way down. Yeah, it's well worth the time that it's taken to get here now. Yeah, it's well worth the time that it's taken to get here now. So go ahead and bang a gong. Nothing can drown.
My grandchildren are gonna ask what that means.
Yeah.
What do I tell them?
And I think I like
So fucking sick.
through this new song. And I think I like how the day sounds through this new song. new song, and the lines have all been drawn. I know where I belong, where I belong, where I belong. And the lines have all been drawn. I know where I belong, where I belong. And I think I like how the day sounds, like how the day sounds through this new song. And I think I like how the day sounds, like how the day sounds through this new song.
Like leading up to leaving for tour, I'm dreading it usually. Don't want to leave my house. I don't want to leave. And then once I'm out there, I'm like, oh, I love this. It's like I always forget how much I love it. And by the end of the tour, my tank is empty, and I got to get home. When we placed my dad's, or when we dropped my dad's ashes, it was straight out from Little Corona, a little tiny cove, straight out about less than a mile away. So I'll go there at least once a week. I used to go much more often when he first passed, but now I try to go once a week and I sit there on the bench. Sometimes it's for like 5 minutes, sometimes it's for a couple hours. Thanksgiving night, after I left my mom, I was there for about 2 hours. So yeah, sometimes I'll talk to him, sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll just sit there. This behavior is embarrassing to you and to me. But many of you know that I lost my father in September of last year, so it's been a little bit over a year. And every time I say that on stage on this tour, it just, like, I can't believe that I just said like those words out loud. I've been through heartbreak before, and this is not that. This is, I've been putting it as, it's an amputation, and it's the most difficult thing I think I've ever been through. And I liken it to a supermoon, because you know when you see like a big, beautiful supermoon, and it's the biggest thing you've ever seen, and it's beautiful, and you take out your stupid phone and you try to take a picture of it, and the picture is always bullshit, no matter what. But you're stubborn, and you still show it to a few friends maybe the next day. You're like, hey, well, check out the supermoon from last night, and they're always like, yeah, okay, cool picture, bro. But that's how I feel about my father. Like, he was the ultimate, you had to be there sort of guy. And the reason I share it is because I think sharing our pain enables us to also share in our joy, and it also makes us feel less alone. This one is called Supermoon, and it's for my pop.
I think I might hate you. How can that be true? You're like a photograph of a supermoon. You never hold up to the ones I show it to. And I guess that I hate that too. And I'd rather have my time, and you'd rather have my time, and you'd rather have my time. I too, and then to lose you, 'cause there's someone else walking around. because there's someone else walking around. So I'll do my best to remember you, and I don't know how that's true. You're like a photograph of a supermoon, and you never hold up to the ones I show it to. But I'd rather have my time, and you'd rather have my time, and yeah, I'd rather have my time. Buy two than to lose you, because there's someone else walking around, because there's someone else walking around, because there's someone else walking around, there's someone else walking around, and they're using your body.
So Greg's music, he continued in college, and he, played the piano, picked up guitar, kind of formed a traveling group for a while. He came home, I believe it was his second year of college, and announced to his dad and I that he wanted to be a musician. This is ridiculous. I'm not laughing because I thought it was a funny idea. We were horrified. Okay. I mean, we loved him and we knew he had talent. That was not a doubt in our mind at all. But we just kind of looked at each other like, great. What does this mean? We had no experience with this. This is the first thing we had experience with. So obviously it turned out awesome, but I'm proud of him because, for one, again, he's an amazing talent, and he chose a profession that's hard and competitive, but he didn't give up, and he had hard times. He had some real hard times throughout his career, but he stuck with it. So I'm very proud of him for that. Probably my proudest moment with him is just the way that he was there for his father during his father's struggle with Alzheimer's disease. Typically, a lot of families, they pull away because it's very difficult and very hard to experience this with your father. And he spent a lot of time with him one-on-one. And his father didn't always know who he was. It was interesting because with Alzheimer's, people start to forget people layer by layer. And he and I were one of the last two that he remembered, which speaks a lot. And so that was one of my proudest moments.
Well, my father got diagnosed with Alzheimer's in October 4 years ago.
What a day to be alive. What a day to realize I'm not dead.
And leading up to his official diagnosis, we all knew something was starting to go south.
What a day to die trying.
They call that disease the long goodbye, and that's basically what it was.
What a day to say goodbye. What a wonderful life now, all alive. What a way that you survive. What a day to say goodnight.
He doesn't have a grave. He's cremated, but it's nice to have somewhere where you can come and visit him, so to speak.
Oh, bring on the evidence of my life. Oh, bring on the evening hours I cry.
I mean, it's the most insidious thing to witness, but for your parent to just disintegrate right in front of your eyes, and finally, dreading the day that he's going to forget who you are, and then that day finally coming. It was a lot, and to write about it while it was happening was almost impossible because the level of emotional pain that you're absorbing, if you try to write about it, it ends up drivel. I didn't have the emotional currency to show up and be there for him and for my mom, and for my sister, and for myself. I didn't have enough emotional currency to do that and to do music. I don't know that I'll ever have closure on this one, but
Thank